First opened in 2002, there's a look inside Ford Field here in downtown Detroit, the Motor City. Both teams emerging from the Ford Field tunnels just a short time ago. And, of course, the loudest cheers were reserved for the hometown Lions. They're set to go as they will match up with the Tampa Bay Buccaneers. It's the final 3 weeks of the season. Still plenty to play for here as we're underway in Week 15. This will be taken in at the 1. And it's a pretty good return here as he'll get it up to the 29-yard line.
Here we go. At their own 29-yard line.
Yeah, 319.
Now a man who really stepped up last year. This is Matt Breida. A bad start there. A big loss on their first play from scrimmage. It's second down.
Despite the blitz, they're still able to pick up a nice solid gain. The disadvantage of blitzing often alters the normal spacing and run fits and leaves creases like they were able to exploit right there.
On second down, a run with Breida. And the hole closes quickly there. He gets maybe a couple up to the 38.
And the big fella stuffed that one up in a big way. I think doubling him has to be a priority because you can't move up to the next level if you don't take care of him first.
So just play number 3 here on the opening drive, and it's an early 3rd and 1. And they'll let their fullback try and push the pile. And he won't be close to a first down as he runs into a wall right around the line of scrimmage. No gain on the play there. A nice job defensively. And it likely forces a punt situation on 4th. Only 2 punts for him last week in the loss as he gets this one away. $51 yards on the punt there. And the Lions are going to take over with a long field ahead and a 1st and 10. Stafford and the Lions now have it 1st and 10 at their own 14-yard line. They'll run with a former Tar Heel, T.J. Logan. And he's taken down, but not before he gets this across the 25-yard line. He'll get a dozen there, and the Lions have a 1st down.
Hey, Charlie.
Right there, 54, right there.
On 1st and 10, Stafford. He's just going to dump this one off to his fullback out of the backfield.
Now that's often a surprise for the defensive guys when they see the big fella slide out of the backfield and catch the ball. Not something they usually go over in practice very often.
2nd and 5 after the 5-yard completion on 1st down.
Switch. Easy, alert.
And he'll bring it up here to right at the 40-yard line. That one a 1st down pickup of 8.
And that's a run that'll energize an offensive line. They'll take that one all day long. Fundamental breakdown by the defense. You've got to be able to make plays on the edge.
Let's go, let's bring it. Go. Hey, one set. Check Mike 54.
Play action. Stafford. And that is incomplete. He couldn't hold on through the contact. Brings up 2nd down.
The positioning here is key. As a defensive back, you're taught 99% of the time, make a play on the football. But in this case, making a play on the man was all the difference. That's what forced the incompletion.
So 2nd down and 10. Once again, they'll go from the 40.
Keep it up, defense.
They'll run it here with Logan. And he gets this one to midfield before he's brought down. It's a 1st down on a gain of 10. That O-line, they cleared a big hole there on that run.
The athleticism of offensive lines continues to evolve, and we're seeing it here. Not only are they controlling things right at the line of scrimmage, but they're able to get upfield to get to what we call the 2nd and the 3rd levels. You know, get to linebacker spot, the secondary spot, getting all the way downfield with their blocking, which helps keep the running back clean.
They'll try to continue that trend here this afternoon. That'll wind up a gain of 27 on the catch and run. Well, they're piecing together a nice drive to start this one. Seems pretty scripted and pretty successful so far.
And I think they did it without our help. Because you remember when we sat in the production meeting with them to talk about this. And, hey, you know, how you guys going to come out of the gate? I know I offered my help with a few plays, and they didn't seem to want it. You were the smart one. Whatever they're doing, though, it's working really well.
2 chunk plays in a row. The last one was over 20 yards, and so is this one.
Almost not fair. The big guy running the corner route, being able to lean and push and get to where he wants.
So how do you stop it?
A lot of times you want to have a linebacker on him, a bigger body guy who can handle him physically. But a lot of times that doesn't work as well because his quickness often wins the route.
Call it no gain, and it's going to be 2nd and goal.
I don't know about you, Brandon, but I often think to myself, in these situations, I want a back who can create his own space, who can break tackles, and in a sense, become his own blocker. We don't have that guy in the game right now.
On 2nd down, it's Logan, and he's going to take it in for a Lion touchdown. T.J. Logan with touchdown number 7 on the year. And they are able to strike first here on their opening drive. Prater for the extra point, and it's now a 7-0 game. After the touchdown, out is Prater to kick. This fielded a few yards into the end zone. And the decision to bring it out, a good one, as he's up a yard or 2 shy of the 30. The Bucs offense set to begin their next possession as we grind toward the end of the season here, and they haven't had the season that they had hoped. So let me ask you to play GM. Where might they look to make some changes?
I think when you...
It's caught inside the 25. And he is able to take this way down into Detroit territory. A big play that time for Tampa Bay. 63 yards. Well, that didn't take long. 1 play, and we're already looking at a 1st and goal situation. From the gun, it's Rodgers. And Evans hauls it in. Touchdown, Bucs. Mike Evans, his 6th touchdown of the season, as his guys are on the board here in this first quarter. Extra point by Gay is up and good, and we are tied at 7. So all even at 7 now as they kick it away. The Detroit offense ready to begin their drive. And that last drive, a long drive, but not just that. They had a great air attack going. Do they stick with that?
I would think that they would, because if they were confident enough to do it on the last drive, starting backed up in their own territory, why would you change anything? They've got to be confident about what they're presenting and continue to do so.
Yeah, because the secondary, they really looked clueless.
And that was amazing because that drive went and went, no adjustments, and no big plays by the defense to knock the ball away.
Easy. 54. Here we go.
Off of play action. Here's Stafford. That's caught by Howard. And they'll get it up just short of the 45 at the 44. A gain of 13. It's a 1st down.
I like how they work the tight end on a nice little under route there. And if you're going to give him that much space, he's not going to catch the football. He's going to run away from you a little bit, and that's exactly what he just did there, picking up extra yardage.
This looks like a free play for Stafford. And that'll be incomplete. The flag was down, so they took a shot, thinking it's on the defense. Let's see. So they will accept the penalty and move forward. Now they'll try to take advantage of that offsides call. Here's 1st and 5. On the carry, it's Logan. He's got a first down and then some inside the 40. And finally down at the 32-yard line. That good for 19 and a first down. These two teams all tied after one. Second quarter action now from Detroit, and it's the homestanding Lions who have the football as they've got it with a 1st and 10. This is Logan. And after the good gain last play, this time they say, as he's going to be stopped behind the line of scrimmage. That'll wind up going for a loss of 4. And it'll bring up a 2nd and 14.
Let's get it. 54
A shotgun snap for Stafford. Eluding the pressure right. Oh, you saw that one coming. It's intercepted. Thrown back across his body. Vernon Hargreaves with a pick. And he is all the way up past the 25. So they elect to decline it.
And why not? Just go ahead and let the play stand, and they'll take that.
The Bucs offense set to begin their next possession. And they had to wait a long time to get the football back. Probably not what you were hoping for when you got an offense that's humming.
Agreed. What you were looking for is the defense getting the ball back pretty quickly, right? Hoping for a 3 and out. So that
into double coverage, and it's intercepted. Picked by Tracy Walker. And they have the football and will set up shop at the 33-yard line.
Oh, and that's a nice job defensively to get a piece of the football. He's going to pop it into the air. And then it's the tip drill. And good concentration by him to react to it and pull in the interception.
A running play on first down, and it turns into a fight just to get back to the line of scrimmage. No gain on the play there. 2nd down.
Well, that didn't appear to be a run blitz. He just darted in once he saw the run develop. That appeared to be a case of see ball, get ball.
Hey, give me a radar. 45 to Mike. Bravo. Let's set it. You ready for that?
They'll fake the give. Now Stafford. He's going to rifle one deep left side. And that'll be incomplete. Good protection that time, and they couldn't hook up on the long one. Now it's 3rd down.
On every offensive coordinator, every play caller sheet, they have about 5 or 6 plays per game that they call shot plays or big plays, and you don't get many opportunities to dial them up, and they just did, and they drop it with a great chance to make a big play. That's going to hurt.
Hey, Alpha.
Throwing on 3rd down, Stafford. And he fires one that's intercepted. Picked up by Levante David. And a great return here gets this one all the way down to the 26-yard line.
So that's back-to-back drives where they've thrown an interception. Ordinarily, we look at the offense and say, what's going on with your scheme? Maybe we should look at the defense and just give them a whole lot of credit. They've got them frustrated right now.
A first down run, not going to get them a whole lot. Maybe a yard. Yeah, it looks like just 1 yard there, so that'll bring up 2nd and 9.
Well, we saw them there trying to get it to the outside, trying to get to the perimeter, but not a whole lot of room there. But there's got to be one positive to that. If you keep moving laterally, creases tend to develop as the game moves on, and they can run it back inside later.
On 2nd and 9, Rodgers. Being chased out left. And, boy, that one drops incomplete, but if he was hit a fraction sooner, it may have been a fumble. The turnover put him in great field position. They don't want to squander it with 3rd down coming up.
No, not at all. And you know what else you do? You make your defense mad.
Yeah.
They got you the football, gave you a great opportunity. You got to cash in and get some points.
After an incomplete pass on 2nd down, that'll leave him trying to convert on 3rd and 9. Into heavy traffic, and it's intercepted. Terrence Brooks with a pick, and a big turnover there as his guys will get the football back. The Lions offense ready to kick off their next drive. And following the interception, just any interception, are you a little bit more cautious when you start that next drive, or no, you just throw that out the window?
I think you are. I don't think that there's any way you can run back out there and go, totally didn't affect me. Let's just go ahead and be loose with the football again. You're going to take care of it, but you have to be careful about being too cautious because now you can't run any offense at all.
Still want to attack. We'll see how they attack him here. Throwing on 2nd and 14. Stafford. Oh, the rookie nearly had the pick. Probably should have had it. Third down now.
I think someone's going to get into QB1's ear when he gets to the sideline. Already thrown an interception. That one should have been picked. Look, let's just be honest about it. That would be the second person in his ear because he's hearing it in the huddle right now.
Not the start to the game he wanted. Like you said, the pick on the opening drive, second drive, not much better. Third and long. It's Stafford. He's going to fire one deep, middle of the field. And unable to connect. Incomplete. Now, give them credit. They took their shot. But it's going to bring up fourth down. Here's Sam Martin now as he's on to punt for the first time this afternoon. Yeah, last week in the loss, 5 punts as he gets this one away. And he'll take it just outside the 40. 12 yards on the return that time. And the Buccaneer offense will be set up well as they take over. Trying to shake off the interception from the last drive. He'll look to throw. And that play will go nowhere. Losing yardage back near midfield at the 49. That'll be a loss of 4 yards on the play. And that's going to make it 2nd and 14. Here's Rodgers. Flush to his right. And he can't find a receiver, and he's brought down. Trey Flowers, he's the culprit, and that is now his 13th sack of the season as his great year continues. Need something from deep in the bag of tricks here after 1st and 2nd down went backwards. It's 3rd and very long. Shotgun now for Rodgers. Under pressure again, and down he goes again. Devon Kennard. He's the one to get him, and that is sack number 7 for him on the year. The punt team on now as Pinion sends this one away. Oh, he takes it in, doesn't let it bounce. He takes it at the 2. A terrific return there. 27 yards all told. And the Lions will take over. Around the NFL, a game going on in Washington. And the Eagles out in front early. And we'll keep you abreast of how that one shakes out. Stafford and the Lions now have it 1st and 10. Just shy of the 30.
We got motion. Back up. 45.
Here's Stafford. Oh, the Buccaneer pressure too much. Down he goes. Levante David making his presence felt in the backfield.
They just gave up a sack there, and if I'm not mistaken, they gave up 4 last week, didn't they?
Yes. And just looking really porous, aren't they?
They really are, and I'm wondering if we're going to have to start thinking about keeping the tight end in, maybe a back, someone to help assist, because right now, the quarterback's been getting hit a lot in the last couple of games.
The throw right sideline here is complete. A big play there for Detroit. 53 yards. We know he's good at catching the football, but then after the catch, he's got escapability.
Not only that, he's got some toughness as well, because you know he's coached very hard to make sure he battles through, breaks tackles, and then they finish with, but don't fumble the football.
And we'll remind you that coming up at halftime, we'll join Jonathan Coachman and the gang in Orlando. Coach will have stats and scores from the early games going on here around the NFL. And able to work his way down to the 16. Now I think we're going to get a timeout here. Yes, a timeout here as it looks like we've got a Lion that's shaken up. While the training staff works on him, we'll step aside and be right back.
Hey, Hey, seam 6. Seam 6.
From the 16, Stafford. Back of the end zone. Could he get his feet down? No, it's incomplete.
Once you get into the red zone and the safeties have less ground to cover, you better be quick with your delivery. Not much space to get a ball in there.
Yeah, when that field shrinks with those safeties, it's almost like there's a couple extra defenders out there, right?
It certainly is. They end up taking up extra space just because there's not enough space for receivers to run through.
Hey, watch it.
On third down, Logan. And this time he's going backwards. So after the no gain on the last attempt, here they get him behind the line. So on fourth down, the Lions turn it over to Matt Prater for the field goal try. From the left hash, this from 37. And the 12-year veteran knocks it right through. And they take the lead here now at 10-7. So a good snap, good hold, and right down the middle.
Never in doubt. Just the way you used to hit them, partner.
You mean like kicking the ball?
Exactly.
Well, that was in high school.
Doesn't matter. I don't care what level. You hit them, they go through.
And he'll take it back to about the 19-yard line. The Bucs offense set to begin their next possession. They've shown precious little here offensively thus far as they try again with a first down now. The throw right side is complete here on the first play of the drive. And they're going to get this beyond the 40 before he's taken down. That one goes for 24 yards. One play has him up past the 40 already, and another 1st and 10. Throwing now is Rodgers. That's complete to his receiver, Godwin. And he'll work it across midfield inside the 45. First down, Tampa Bay there, a gain of 13. Back-to-back good plays have him on the move on first down. Forced out to his left. And he'll avoid the tackle there with a slide. The Bucs going to go ahead and use the second of their timeouts as the clock will stop with 37 seconds to play in this first half. From the 32 now, here's 1st and 10.
Second turn, defense, let's go.
Shotgun now for Rodgers. Looking for Godwin, and he's got him complete. And he's going to be out down inside the 20 at the 15. 17 yards on the play and a Buccaneer first down. Into the red zone, it's Rodgers. Steps away to his left. He'll get this into the hands of Breida. Nothing on that one. It'll be second down. So he rolls out of the pocket left, just ends up finding a safety valve, but no gain there.
No gain, but it looked like they were well coached on the play because he still went through his progressions, and the receivers know that when the quarterback exits the pocket, they have to find routes to run now to get into his sight lines and try and help him out.
And he's into the end zone. Touchdown, Buccaneers. O.J. Howard, his 4th touchdown on the year. And the Bucs are going to retake the lead. Extra point by Gay is up and good. And the lead is now 14-10. And following the touchdown now, it's Bradley Pinion on to kick this one away.
Let's go, boy, let's go.
At their own 25-yard line.
The Detroit offense ready to begin their drive. You've got less than 30 seconds left here in the half. You're well on your own side of the field. What are we doing here, Coach Davis?
Well, I'm trying something on first down, and it's something that's safe. It's something that's been done many times before. A lot of people say it's not even worth trying, but I'm running a draw. I'm running a screen. I'm seeing if something pops. And if it does, that can alter my strategy and potentially get me some points. And if it doesn't work, well, then you just run the clock out and go to the locker room.
Maybe a good spot to take a shot. Here's 2nd and a yard from the 34.
Hey, high 7.
After the run, now Stafford going to throw. And down he goes goes. A Buccaneer sack.
A loss of 10 yards on the play. It's now 3rd down.
The Lions on 3rd down. 0 for 3 to this point. They could use a conversion. This is 3rd and 10. So we have reached halftime here with the visiting Buccaneers out on top. As we'll send you down to Orlando, we check in with Jonathan Coachman for our EA Sports Halftime Report. Coach. All right, Coach, thank you, and we welcome everyone back for quarter number 3. Both teams appear ready for the fight ahead, and we resume action here in quarter number 3. The Lions offense ready to kick off their next drive. They're close game, but they're going to need to do a little bit better probably here in half 2, no?
I would agree with that totally. I would guess it in the locker room. They talked about cleaning up some of the errors, but overall, I think they wanted to be positive with them. Guys, we're right there. Just not playing as well as we need to. Let's pick it up, and we still have a chance to win this game.
Yeah, they do. We'll see if they can pick it up. A big hitter to start the drive has him up near midfield here for 1st and 10. And he's able to get this one down to the 40-yard line. He'll get a dozen there, and the Lions have a 1st down.
That was pretty much meat and potatoes right there, wasn't it? Just go right at them and let your big horse charge up the middle. Not too fancy there, was it?
Nothing fancy at all, challenging that defense, and on that go-around, the offense won the challenge. Back-to-back good plays have them on the move on 1st down. They run with Logan, and he only manages a couple here down to about the 38-yard line.
Typically, we think it's the strong safeties that are better tacklers, especially closer to the line of scrimmage amidst traffic. But in this case, how about the free safety coming up and making the big-time play?
Monday.
From the 38, Stafford. And he's got his man out of the backfield. That's complete. Give him 6 on the play, and that's going to bring up a 3rd down.
And we see another pitch and catch there to the running back. This position just continues to evolve. They become just as critical to the passing attack as a lot of receivers, tight ends, because their ability to make people miss in the open field can really generate big plays for an offense.
He wants it all for the end zone. The Bucs defense stiffens and pushes this to 4th down.
I'm going to need some help with this one. How did he miss it? Wide open in the end zone. He's not hurried. He's not hit. And somehow, incomplete?
Yeah.
What happened?
During film study, that's one where he's just going to shake his head, not be able to believe it.
6 points go by the wayside on that one.
This fielded a few yards into the end zone. And all that work, but he stopped where he ultimately would have been, and he's simply taken a knee, and that's the 25-yard line. The Bucs offense set to begin their next possession, and they're hoping to redo their efforts in the last drive when they got into the end zone.
And just think of what it's like now on the sideline, because when you score a touchdown, you have to go over and look at the tablet and see what you did on the last drive. When you scored points, it's a whole lot better view than when you're trying to figure out how to fix things there.
It's a gain of 11, and the Bucs have a 1st down. So from the 36 now, 1st and 10. They go back to the ground, this time Barber. And they will only muster a yard here to the 38.
I know that speed is the hallmark of today's NFL game, but the key to good rushing defense is still having your linebackers set the edge.
The run only got a yard. Here's 2nd and 9. Now a play fake. Rodgers. Now look out. Rodgers lost the football. And this is scooped up by the Lions.
The psychology of the game never ceases to amaze me, because you would think there would never be a fumble from what we hear from coaches all the time, right?
And how much they practice not fumbling.
Practice it, preach it, talk about it all the time. You would think no one would ever turn it over. Yet they are humans out there running around, and we just saw another one.
Opportunistic by the defense. Now a play fake here on first down. And he's got it. And he'll be brought down right on the edge of the goal line at about the 1-yard line. That'll bring up 2nd and goal after the gain of 5.
And the big guy catches the ball out of the backfield, and oftentimes it's quite a surprise to the guys playing defense because not ordinarily thought as a pass catcher, it often works when they decide to dial it up.
And he is into the end zone. Touchdown, Detroit. T.J. Logan with his 2nd touchdown of the game, number 8 on the season. And the Lions are once again going to retake the lead. Prater on to add the extra point. And that'll make this a 6-point game. After the touchdown, out is Prater to kick. That'll be taken in the end zone. And he'll take this one near the 25, call it the 26-yard line. The Bucs offense set to begin their next possession. And they had the fumble last time that led to a touchdown. That's a no-no. Let's see what they do here this go-around.
A big no-no. Put that in capital letters. Turning it over, the other team takes it down and scores. That can be a deflator for a football team. Now it's up to the offense to get back out on the field and pick things up.
Now, they're out there. We'll see if they can pick those things back up. Rodgers now on first down. That'll be complete to Breida. And he is able to take this way down into Detroit territory. A big play that time for Tampa Bay. 44 yards. So the big play means just like that, they'll operate from the red zone now on first down. Working from the gun, Rodgers. And Evans hauls it in. Touchdown, Bucs. Mike Evans with his 2nd touchdown of the game, number 7 on the year. And now they can recapture the lead if they can make the PAT. Extra point by Gay is up and good. And that will put them on top here in the 3rd.
The Lions take over first down at their own 25-yard line.
The Detroit offense ready to begin their drive. And for them, a touchdown their last go-around. Obviously, they'll be hoping to do that again.
And when you start plotting for this drive, when you start thinking to yourself, okay, what are we going to do? You don't go away from what you did before because that worked, but you have to be prepared for wrinkles and counters because you know they'll make some adjustments.
A loss of a yard there to start out. That leads to a 2nd and 11.
I'm coming for you, son. I'm coming for you. Hey, echo.
Right there. 54. Right there. 54, Mike.
Squeeze, double.
Mike,
Go here.
From the gun, here's Stafford. Throw left side complete. That's Logan. It'll be a 2-yard gain, and it'll be 3rd down.
Everyone's got to be able to catch the football. Doesn't matter what position you play, but if you're on offense, be aware a ball may come your way.
Hey, 280. Mike 54. 11. Hey, watch out. Check Mike 54. Mike 54. Hey, Haywood.
54 is Mike. 54 is Mike. Check. Watch 54.
To throw on 3rd down. Stafford. Flushed out right. And he's going to have to eat this one as down he goes. It's the former Lion, Ndamukong Suh, has now recorded 10 sacks on the season. Here's Sam Martin now as the drive goes backwards, so he's on to punt it away. It'll be a 51-yard punt that time. And the Bucs will get ready to go on offense. Elsewhere in the NFL, they're in the second half at FedEx Field now. And the Eagles have scored again now to extend their lead. Remember to keep an eye on the ticker, of course, at the bottom of your screen for updates on that game and others around the NFL. This is Breida, and he'll have a gain of 3 to the 33. In the first half, he was held in check on the ground, but despite that lack of production, they still have the lead.
And they've got to feel fortunate about that. If they could actually get production from their lead horse, that would help open up this offense and widen this margin, too.
Yeah.
Dick. 54. Hey, wahoo.
On 2nd and 7, Rodgers. And Rodgers intercepted a third time. Picked off by Rashawn Melvin. Well, that's 3 picks he's now thrown in this game.
And I know this, the holiday season, because here we are in December. Right, it is the season of giving. Maybe for his own sake, after the game, he may have to announce that he's donating certain amounts to charity for each interception that he threw.
And just no chance of turning the corner. He can only get back to the line of scrimmage. 2nd and 10 coming up.
No gain on the play. 2nd and 10 at the 36-yard line.
And this will probably be the last play of the quarter. And that is going to do it for this third quarter of action. You're watching the NFL on EA Sports. If you're thinking of a comeback here, you go to 2016. That's when Stafford had an NFL record 8 fourth-quarter comebacks. But last year, despite playing all 16 games, he had 0. And they'll get 8 out of this before being stopped at the 28. Second down pass play got him 8 yards. Now they've got a third and a couple remaining.
Mike's 54. Hey, orbit.
Stafford going for it all. And that is caught. Touchdown, Detroit. Scott Miller, his 2nd touchdown on the season, as his guys are able to regain the lead. Now Prater to add the PAT. And that'll make this a 6-point game. After the touchdown, out is Prater to kick. This fielded a few yards into the end zone. And he's able to get it across the 20, but not by much, as he's marked down at the 21-yard line. The Bucs offense set to begin their next possession. They go back to the air here after the INT on the last drive. He's going to air it out deep for Green. And that's caught inside the 35. And all the way down to the 29. A big play that time for Tampa Bay. 51 yards. So that changes things in a big way. Now from all the way down inside the 30, here's 1st and 10. On 1st down, here's Breida. And only able to muster a couple down to about the 27. 2 yards that time. A stark contrast from the big chunk on the previous play.
I know the scouting report on him is that he doesn't possess the eye discipline to be an elite linebacker. And what that means is his ability to read, react, and make a play. But on that one, he looked like one of those guys.
From the 27, Rodgers. This is caught. And he's into the end zone for a Tampa Bay touchdown. A.J. Green with touchdown number 12 on the year, as his guys are an extra point away now from taking the lead here in the 4th. An extra point by Gay is up and good, and they have taken the lead here in this 4th quarter. The Lions offense ready to kick off their next drive. And that recipe on their last drive that resulted in a touchdown looked pretty good, so they'll be hoping to do that once more.
And it takes me back to when we sat with the offensive coordinator and the head coach. They felt pretty good about their game plan and thought there were some holes in the defense, and they exploited them the last time out. Let's see if they can come back and put together a similar drive.
And we'll see if they can do just that. On 2nd and inches, Stafford. This is Miller, complete. They'll get 3 as the drive continues. It's a first down. Stafford now. A perfect 8 for 8 to start the second half. Not bad. First and 10.
Recon, 132 fighter.
And a give this time to the tailback. And he's tackled a yard short of the marker. Good gain of 9 on first down.
Oh, that's one to warm the hearts of all those old school football players, isn't it? Tough, hard, gritty run, got behind his pads, bowled over a few people. Look at that one, right up the gut.
Saw through 3 quarters, no reason to lighten up now. And he'll get it out to midfield. They'll spot it right at midfield at the 50. 4 yards the pickup, first down. Some good games going on in the early window. This might be the best of the bunch. From the 50, Stafford. Going deep this time for Miller. And that is incomplete. Took a shot there on first down, but he couldn't reel it in.
I remember a coach telling me a long time ago the difference between playing corner and safety in the NFL. Corner is like the Autobahn. Everybody just flying by, and these corners have been really busy in this game, although they got it done on the last play.
On the last play, yes, but there have been some good numbers put up against them offensively.
Hey, one set. Check, Mike. Hey, exit. 54. Let's go, D.
On second and 10, Stafford. And he's going to find his man out of the backfield. That's complete. That's a gain of 4 as we slip inside of 4 minutes left in regulation. One of the bigger plays in the game thus far. The crowd getting into it as we come up on a big third down. They'll fake it. Now Stafford. Airing one deep for Curse. And that'll be incomplete. Well, they took their shot all right, but it comes up empty, and it's 4th down.
Trying to erase that deficit all at once. One big shot. He took it. Unfortunately for him, incomplete.
That'll be out of bounds, and how good was that? They'll say the 3-yard line. That's where they spot it.
That is how you flip field position. That's an absolute bomb of a punt. Downs it inside the 5-yard line. Absolutely ideal.
From that position, you're hoping to get it down inside the 15, inside the 5. Superb. The Bucs offense set to begin their next possession. A little less than 4 minutes remaining, and the margin for error is small with this slim lead. Operate within your 4-minute offense here, Charles?
Definitely. Remember, the 4-minute offense doesn't always correspond to what's up on the clock. What they need to do is play a little bit of keep away right now. Run the clock down. Make sure their opponent doesn't get the ball back. Their dream scenario, get enough first downs and make them eat up their timeouts so the game ends when you're kneeling down with the football.
Following the pickup of 4, here's 2nd and 6. They stay on the ground. Again, it's Breida. And he'll take this forward only up to about the 7. The Lions now going to use the 2nd of their timeouts. That's going to be their 2nd. They'll be left with 1 more plus the 2-minute warning. And we'll be back. And the Lions going with an extra DB here on 3rd down. From the gun, it's Rodgers. And able to find Green. That's good for a Buccaneer first, a pickup of 12 yards. He's been the go-to guy. They needed a big play there on 3rd down. Went his way. It worked out.
Doesn't matter whether they've scouted it or that they think he's going to get the ball. He has a knack for finding his way open and completing the connection.
They go counter with Breida. And I think this defense knew what was coming as he is smothered behind the line. That sends him 2 yards in the wrong direction and leads to 2nd down. They don't need to run another play here before the 2-minute warning. Let's see if they do it anyway. Fourth quarter, 2 minutes on the clock in a tight 1-point game. So it's Buccaneer football as we welcome you back. And let's see what they've come up with offensively after having time to talk it over. On 2nd and 12, Rodgers. And he can't get a throw away. He's taken down. Trey Flowers in there to get him sack number 14 for him on the year.
Brandon, more often than not, you'd say they've had his number, and we can count them up so far. 1, 2, 3, 4 sacks given up. But guess what? He's still been able to make some plays, and right now they have a lead.
Need something from deep in the bag of tricks here after 1st and 2nd down went backwards. It's 3rd and very long. Rodgers to throw. He's going to air it out deep for Green. And that will be incomplete. Well, they weren't scared to let it fly, but it falls to the ground and brings up 4th down. You can tell they were hoping for a flag there offensively. Several on the sideline motioning, hey, why not a penalty? Why not a penalty? What did you see?
Yeah, I think you've got to let them play, and the officials are instructed. If there's contact coming from both sides, no flag. Let them fight it out.
And forces 4th down. It's a 49-yard punt, but subtract 9 there for the return. And the Lions will have excellent field position here as they take over 1st and 10. On 1st down, it's Logan. And he is tackled inside the 40, not quite to the 35. 11 yards there and a Lion 1st down. So from the 36 now, 1st and 10.
Just like that. Just like that.
Check, 11, 54, rerun. Let's go. 6 guys. Check 6 guys.
He'll look to throw. Now a desperation throw deep. And this is caught. And he'll get into the end zone. Touchdown, Detroit. Marvin Jones with time running out. And they have taken the lead here in the final minute. Prater on to add the extra point. And that'll make this a 6-point game. And after the touchdown, out is Prater to kick. And a fair catch signaled for and taken successfully.
The Bucs take over 1st and 10 at their own 25-yard line.
The Bucs offense set to begin their next possession. One possession game. Time very much a factor. How does the offense handle this situation?
Well, in a lot of cases, they should be somewhat relaxed. And I know that's counterintuitive because this is a pressure situation. But this is Friday practice every week of the season. You go over this situation, having to go downfield, limited timeouts, got to get out of bounds and keep the drive going and set yourself up. Defensively, you can't just lay back and let them do whatever they want. So it is a cat and mouse deal here. How much pressure will the defense bring, and how much pressure can the offense handle?
We're going to find out. An incomplete pass leads to 2nd and 10 from the 25. To throw is Rodgers. And that's going to be incomplete. 12 seconds left. He was looking for his favorite target, A.J. Green, that time. And now it's 3rd down. Big play coming up. Here's 3rd and 10.
I would expect to see some pressure here.
The pressure drops off as they'll look to throw. And that'll be incomplete with just 6 seconds left on the clock. So down 6, and they know they need this one on 4th down.
He's not going to get me.
Rodgers going to go on 4th down. And that is incomplete. 2 seconds left on the clock. They had to go for it with such little time remaining. And the Lions looking like they're going to come away with a victory.
coming after you. I'm coming after you.
Defense still with 3 timeouts. We'll see if they want to use them here as the kneel down comes. So this one's over. It's a win for the Detroit Lions, and they were buoyed, Charles, by a big second half to put this one on ice.
And I know a lot of people watching this one were thinking to themselves, I bet halftime was really interesting. Probably took the paint off the walls with some of the words that were said. But I get the sense that it was much more of the adjustments they made. They came in with a game plan that we saw that didn't work in the first half. They made the adjustments necessary, went away from that, and then they got it together, got a spark, and then took off. It's really nice to watch in the second half.
So for the Lions, the final 2 weeks are going to tell the story for them as they move to 9-5 with a win. And they'll hit the road next week to take on the Denver Broncos. Meanwhile, for the Bucs, the season is really nosediving now as they fall to 2-12. And they'll get a chance to redeem themselves at home next week.